there, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on the news desk of NTA Channel 5 Abuja at 1. My name is Tessie Omeri. We begin on education note. The Federal Capital Territory Administration has embarked on fumigation of all public schools across the 6 zones of the territory. Performing the exercise at the government junior secondary school Gariki, the FC Minister of State, Ramoti Tijani Aliu, said it was aimed at protecting and safeguarding pupils, students and management staff of public schools against COVID-19 pandemic. Ifeanyi Ezumba has details.
Calling on operators of private schools in the territory to carry out the same exercise before school resumption.
Before now, most of their premises have been, they have obeyed and observed all the diligence. So fine, we are good to go.
The principal of Government Junior Secondary School Gariki, Mrs. Mohammed Fatima, expressed the readiness of the school to resume academic activities.
Very prepared, as you can see for yourself. We are perfectly prepared because we have all the grass cut already. The fumigation is going on. We have our wash hand bases, our sanitizer, our liquid soap, our face mask, everything is on ground.
While City Minister of State fumigated, she also reminded them of the criteria for resumption, which most of the schools are complying. In Abuja, Ifeanyi Ezumba, NT News.
Minister of the Federal Capital Students on Monday, 12th October for day students. The minister made this disclosure while briefing the media in Abuja. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu tells us more.
Following the directive by the Federal Ministry of Education that all states should work out modalities for safe reopening of schools and the guidelines by the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 on the third phase of the eased lockdown, the FCT administration, after stakeholders' engagement, has concluded arrangements for the safe reopening of FCT schools from Sunday the 11th October for boarding students and Monday 12th October for day students.
I'm very pleased to say that based on the reality on ground, as well as the input and advice of medical personnel and the guidance and guidelines of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, as well as the releases from the Federal Ministry of Education, we have come to the conclusion that it is relatively safe for us to open up the schools in the FCT.
FCT Minister Muhammad Musa Bello also disclosed that the academic calendar will be adjusted to cover for the lockdown period, calling on parents and guardians to ensure their children stipulated by the NCDC. Meanwhile, the Committee on Reopening of FCT Schools has given guidelines ahead of the resumption.
The Committee on Reopening of Schools and the Department of Quality Assurance under the Education Secretariat will work together by undertaking regular evaluation.
The briefing. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
Still staying with education, repositioning the education sector as an effective empowerment tool in Nigeria's development drive is crucial and therefore requires sustainable government funding and effective legislation to thrive. Aisha Bashir reports that this was the position of an educationist, Dr. Kabu Usman, while reacting to the 2021 budget presentation, among other recent by the
table towards resolving the ASU federal government dispute.
I cannot dictate on how government that employ me should pay me, but government need to pay me if I'm employed by the government. So the mechanism in terms of how, it shouldn't be an issue actually to me, unless there is a skeleton in the cupboard or there is culture of fear, of certain things that other people do not know.
The educationist urged Nigerians to key into the World Education Week to strengthen the learning revolution. Aisha Bashir, NTA News.
And away from education now to security. The Federal Capital Territory Police Command has paraded 19 suspected criminals who engaged in various crimes in the FCT. Parading the suspects, the Deputy Commissioner of Police Operations, Babaji Sunday, attributed the achievements to frequent patrols, raids, visibility of the police, and collaboration with sister security agencies in the FCT. Sophia Noma Uche reports.
Among those paraded are kidnappers, armed robbers, one-chance robbers, those in possession of firearms, drug peddlers, and a fraudster.
We are 4 in number. They catch him because me I stay in Jua. Then I carry him come to that Jua where I stay and I catch me there. Daniel was the one that of the den of the woman. The woman husband now came out. As he came out, I want to hand the gem back. He now pointed a gun on his head.
The Deputy Commissioner of Police Operations FCT Command, Babaji Sunday, reiterated the police commitment in short that the police is reviewing its strategies to ensure the safety of residents.
These strategies adopted, including patrols, raids, visibility, operations, collaboration with sister agencies, and partnership with key community stakeholders, will definitely nip crime in the bud within the FCT.
While in support, DCP Babaji craved investigation. Sophia Noma Uche, NTA News.
There was a heavy traffic gridlock at Wuse and Bega roundabout as members of the proscribed Islamic movement of Nigeria were trying to converge for a protest. Our correspondent reports that security operatives were on alert to disperse them.
The group, which came out in clusters at Wuse, Bega and Utako areas of the FCT. Eyewitnesses who declined to speak on camera to NTA crew said the group were seen. However, some of the alleged shared members, mostly teenagers, who were trying to be arrested by police officers who mounted surveillance at strategic locations. As at the time of filing this report, there was no comment yet, as the police was still on the lookout for the shared members trying to escape, while those arrested were Wuse too. In Abuja, Tessie Omeri, NTA News.
And away from security matters, we now go on a short break. We have more reports when we return. Stay with us.
Yeah, what though? This coronavirus, everybody they talk, not be play. Anybody fit catch am anywhere and in Muslims parent anything where the cough touch. If you touch am, come touch your face, or you even go touch another person, you fit don't catch am be that too. Now make government say make you hear word, make you stay for house. Arrange food where you go chop, keep for house. If you dey outside, if water not there, use hand sanitizer. If you dey cough, body dey hot, I not fit breathe. If it be say na coronavirus be that so, make you call this number sharp sharp.
Thank you for staying with us. Now, update control NCDC as at 8 October 20 indicates 19 new cases of COVID-19 in the FCT, making the total number of confirmed cases with 5,784, while active cases now stands at 484. 5,221 cases have been successfully treated and discharged, and sadly, 79 deaths have so far been recorded in the Federal Capital Territory. Still on COVID-19, despite
lock and key. The team lead territory is winning the war against COVID-19. But on the streets of Abuja, there are people who still do not believe